Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that this message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Today, I'm doing a Libra reading. And let me just say this. I'm going to use my traditional Rider-Waite deck because I have not used it in a while. I said that I was going to go live tonight to do a pick a card spread. And a $5 pick a card spread. But I'm going to do that tomorrow night. So throughout this video, you'll be hearing me say that. Now, I have never done the 5-card pick a spread. I mean, the 1-card pick a spread on live at all, because I don't work like that. But I have been having people in my inbox asking me to do it. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it, right? But let's talk about Libra. You know, specifically, I put in the comments September 30th. So individuals born on this day are very enthusiastic people. Some of them are charming. It depends on the individual. Very witty. They always have that quick type of comeback. And they communicate well with others. Just about everyone. They communicate very well with them. You know, this person, let me just say, is a networker. They thoroughly enjoy spending time, let me say, in smart and interesting company. They don't like to be around buffoons. And anyone that watches me, you definitely understand my verbiage, the way that I talk. So excuse me if I get a little bit too deep. But they don't like to conversate around buffoons. Buffoons are people that are unintelligent. They don't like that type of company. They don't want to waste their time, right? And they have this very lighthearted mannerism about them. And they are virtually welcomed in any group. Let me just say that, meaning that wherever they go, whomever they're around, whether they go to the picnic and they don't know anybody, or to the cookout and they don't know anybody, they can sit at any table because they have that lighthearted aura about them. People just want to have them in their company. You know, let me just say, being that they are accepted in any group, they like to be center stage, and they want to be accepted and well thought of by their friends, by their acquaintances, by their family members. So they don't like to rock the boat for a person to have a misunderstanding about who they are. Their character means a lot to them. And despite a reputation as something of a social butterfly, you know, this person is very serious in nature. Although they are lighthearted, they are serious in nature. I know you're like, well, how is that so? How is that so? They like to laugh. They like to joke. But when it comes to matters of the heart, When it comes to people they care about, whether it be their mother, their father, their sister, their brother, their aunt, their uncle, that's when things change, because that's when they get serious, when they're trying to help someone fix something, to resolve a problem of some sort, right? They like to be Mr. or Mrs. Fix It. You know, this person is very much so a superb conversationalist. They are a quick study, meaning that when you encounter them, they know if they like you or not. They are a quick study. And even if you know only a little bit about something, my Libras, you manage to give the impression of being deeply knowledgeable of that subject, whatever the conversation is about. You have impeccable taste. Absolutely, you do. So most Libras born on this day, they like to get dressed. But then they do have their down days, but they like to get dressed. And when they get dressed, they like to show out because they are very creative. You know, one thing about them, let me just say, let's focus on their strengths. They are strong, very strong mentally. They are very strong physically. They are very strong emotionally. Absolutely, they are strong people. But they are strong because of the type of people that they encounter. And so with their strengths of being a quick study, they have to be strong just in case they, how do I say, come into contact with a person that they don't like. They're not going to show you that they don't like you, but they're going to just watch the movements of their eyes. They have this movement of their eyes swaying back and forth. When I was growing up, we called that the roll of the eye, right? And some people, you understand what I'm talking about because we have a mixture of people up here, but they can give you that roll of an eye without saying anything. And if you don't understand the roll of the eye, you'll never catch the shade, right? But these people, they don't throw shade. They shed the light. So let's speak about resetting, restarting, and refocusing. This is for my Libras. So let's get ready. It's been a minute since I've done a Libra reading, and most of you know that I'm very fond of Libra people. I have two sisters that are Libras, one that is in the spirit and one that is an asshole, to be honest. I have one that's an asshole, but in a good way. But let's not make this a personal reading. Let's make this for the masses, right? Libras, let's focus on you tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. Now, I'll be telling you a lie if I told you that I've cleansed my space before I came to this reading, because I have not. So excuse me while I cleanse my space. And I always have to give myself a shot in the face, right, to open up my senses. And we're going to ring this bell. Those of you who follow me, you know that this is my mother's bell. And my mother has crossed over into another realm. Before I came to this reading, I was clearing out my phone. And I came across a video. And I was just sitting here just reminiscing, reminiscing. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Libra. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Libra? What does Libra need to know? Did y'all see that card just jump? But it didn't come out. But it did jump. There's one. Let's go one more. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Libra? What message do you have for Libra at this present time? What message do you have for Libra? Libra, the whole deck wants to fall out, so your spiritual team wants to talk. Let's see what they have in store for us. I'm going to shuffle one more time. The first card that came out is in other news. Libras, in other news. Miracles really do happen. Expect sudden growth and positive movement in all areas of your life. These miracles will bring you much joy and happiness. So remember, I said to you, reset, restart, and refocus. You know, life is about to happen. For some of you, life has already begun to happen. The beauty of life, we get to change our story. We get to change our circumstances every single day. But miracles really do happen, Libra. Expect sudden growth and positive movement in every area of your life. These miracles will bring you much joy and happiness. So whatever you've been trying to manifest, whatever you've been trying to create, because Libras are very creative people, whatever you've been trying to create, manifest, is coming to you. We have breaking news, Libra. Breaking news. Spirit says you are to remain drama-free. Don't let others pull you into a world of stress and mental turmoil. Remain in tranquility and avoid anything or anyone that is disturbing your peace. You may have recently gone through a toxic situation, possibly with a family member, with a significant other, with a co-worker, whatever the case may be, or a neighbor. But it doesn't have to be so if you haven't gone through that already. But Spirit is saying something is coming towards you. They want you to remain drama-free. Don't get involved in the hoopla. Be in control of yourself. Spirit says you are to remain drama-free. Whatever is going on, don't get involved. Don't let others pull you into a world of stress and mental turmoil. Remain in your tranquility and avoid anything or anyone that is disturbing your peace. Let me just say this. I try to remain drama-free. I really do. That's why I'm so careful with who I allow around me. Spirit is telling you that with all this good that's happening for you, because miracles really do happen, so expect sudden growth and positive movement in all areas in your life. These miracles will bring you joy and happiness. Don't let this interfere with that. You have something coming towards you, and anytime something good is on the way for you, there is something that tries to separate you from having what you are supposed to have. Let me tell you, when everything is going well, there's a person that tries to stir the pot. There's a situation that tries to ruffle your feathers. Spirit is saying, don't lose this. This is coming to you. You're going to be happy. And whatever this is over here, remain drama-free. Don't get involved. We have at the bottom of the deck, in other news, Libra, it's time to stop beating yourself up. There may be a situation in your life where you only blame yourself, and that's not fair. When it comes to this, know that everything will eventually work itself out. Listen. There's a situation that you may have already gone through, but it may be coming towards you that you blame yourself for. Stop beating yourself up. Libras, we know that you enjoy balance. You want things to be fair. But guess what? Life isn't always fair. But you feel like it should be, because if I'm being one way towards an individual, then that individual should be that way towards me. It doesn't work like that. Everyone is their own person. We are all uniquely made. But you need to stop beating yourself up about a situation that transpire or that will be transpiring. Thank you so much for the roses. So stop blaming yourself. You can't control the actions of others. And although I know you want to be Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It, you can't fix everybody, and everybody is not like you. Everybody is not in alignment with their selves. You like balance. You like staying focused. You like being in alignment. That's who you are. You're fair. And everybody is not going to give you what you are. Listen, you were born under this particular zodiac sign for a reason. And that's something that you have ahead of everyone else. You like for things to be on the straight and narrow. You like for things to go a certain way. You feel like everybody should be like you, but you're starting to realize everyone isn't you. But remain drama free. Listen, we know you're witty. We know you're quick with it, meaning that if somebody gets in your face to start an argument, you can shut them down. You are one of the best conversationalists. So whether the conversation is up here and you're throwing jabs, you can bring that conversation back down to here and calm the whole room. Spirit is saying, don't even give anyone your energy. Nope, don't give them any of that wittiness. Keep your mouth shut, because there's something that's going to try to distract you. Don't become distracted, because miracles really do happen. Expect sudden growth and positive movement in every area of your life. Listen, don't let anybody take that from you, because we have people that surround us that are energy vampires. They are energy demons. When things are going well in your life, here comes a situation. Here comes a person. They either want your time, they want your money, they need a place to live, whatever the case may be. You are not here to fix anyone, Libra. Even though you may try to, but guess what? You're not here to fix anyone. Listen, the balance, that's your sign. You remain in balance, and whatever's going over there this time, you have to let it go on over there. You can't get involved. You don't want to miss this blessing. And that's real talk. You don't want to miss this blessing. I promise you, you don't. If it wasn't so, I wouldn't say it. We're going to use the traditional Rider-Waite deck. One more time, right? I like to do things in 3, but I just needed to mix it up a little more. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Libra. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Immediately, with my eyes closed, I feel someone that has a little tickle of the throat. You know how someone maybe today, but there's a little tickling in your throat, maybe due to allergies, maybe a cold coming on, but there's a little tickle in the throat. You know, a little hot tea, you know, a little hot tea. It's a tickle in the throat. Someone has had a tickle in their throat. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a medical intuitive. I can, but I choose not to dive into that because that requires work. And I don't do that. I've done it, but I choose not to do it. We are starting off, Libra, with the 7 of Swords. Listen, you've dealt with a situation, or you're about to deal with a situation, but remain drama-free. Listen, there's been some lies told on you. Oh, you have somebody around you that's been scheming. But there's a lot of sneaky behavior. There's some backstabbing going on. This is the 7 of Swords. We have the King of Wands, male or female. If this reading is for a male, I will say so. If this reading is for a female, I will say so. However, understand that in tarot, But in life itself, everything is all about energy. Here I am. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. Sometimes I'm in my feminine energy. Sometimes I'm in my masculine. That's when I don't want to remain drama-free, that I'm in my masculine. But Libra, you are a born leader. Let me just say that, because when the King of Wands shows up, you are a born leader. You're someone who is bold. You have this quality of being an entrepreneur if you chose to do that, but you carry this boss-like spirit. You're magnetic. I told you, you can sit at any table. You can go to a conference. You can go to the cookout and everybody wants you to sit at their table. That's because your energy is very magnetic. People are attracted to you, not only because of the way you look, but just because of the energy that circulates you. You are an advisor. Yes, you do. You do give people great advice. But you are also this very independent soul. We have the Knight of Swords, right? There's something that's going to be happening all of a sudden. You're going to need to take action, but Spirit is saying don't be impulsive. There's this situation, this drama that looms, and it's going to be someone that's going to be aggressive with their verbiage. Don't pay them any attention, right? You have this take charge attitude where you're like, hold up, I need to calm this person down, because that's when your warrior-like spirit is coming out. And that's when you are that quick-witted person, that fast-thinking person. You want to shut this person down that's coming towards you. Guess what? Remain drama-free. We know that you are brave, absolutely brave, but guess what? Don't let this situation take you away from what's meant to be for you. Remain drama-free, absolutely. Sometimes people like to pull you into their mess, and you don't want to be a part of their mess. We have the Ace of Swords, right? The Ace of Swords, right? There's going to be a breakthrough. With you remaining drama-free, there's going to be a breakthrough, because the Ace of Swords is the truth coming out. When the truth comes out, who's going to be the victor? You are. You will absolutely have the victory, right? Ooh, you're going to feel so good, because that mental clarity, you felt like you were in a fog, like what's really going on? But things are going to be cleared up. Communication. You know, sometimes my husband says this to me all the time, and my daughter does too. They're like, let the other person talk. Listen, Libra, listen. Because somebody is going to talk themselves into a mess. You know, you have a new idea. You're thinking about bringing it to life, but with this new idea, you're like, I don't know which direction to take. Any direction you take is going to be okay, because remember, miracles really do happen. Expect sudden growth and positive movement in all areas of your life. These miracles will bring you so much joy and happiness. Listen, this new idea, there's no fail here. You're on this winning spree. We have the Page of Swords, right? Someone is spying on you, but you may know that already. Somebody is being very mischievous. However, there's a lot of chit chat. There's a lot of gossip that circulates around you. There's going to be communication coming in, but it's going to be an argumentative situation. Just be prepared. Listen, one thing about you, Libra, you are a clever individual. Listen, let this person talk themselves into this hole, and then allow them to dig their way out of this hole. Don't partake in it at all. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming in. The Queen of Pentacles, this is someone that's practical. That's you. This is someone that's motherly. The Queen of Pentacles, male or female, that's someone that has a nurturing energy. So you could have a child, you can have children, or you may not have any at all. You just care about people. But you're someone who's grounded. You're down to earth. That's why you can sit at any table. And you're generous. You're generous when it comes to friends, when it comes to family. You're generous and you care. And that's the problem, because this person that is coming towards you, this person that you feel like has betrayed you, you were generous to them as well. That's why you want to flip. You want to go off and you want to say how you really feel, but Spirit is like, don't give them that type of energy. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve any of your energy. We have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, this is heartbreak, because whomever this is someone that you cared about. It could be a family member. It could be a lover. It could be a friend, a co-worker. But this is heartbreak. You're like, damn, I didn't know they would do me like that. This is a lot of pain, because this betrayal feels so heavy. But guess what happens after a betrayal? The sun comes out. This is the number 19. The sun always comes out, because this is your happiness. You are going to have happiness, and you're not going to rub it in anybody's face, but you're thankful that you can concentrate somewhere else. You don't have to give this person that kind of time anymore. You gave this person a lot of your energy, and you're like, damn, that was my fault. That was my fault, right? I love them more than they love me. But you still struggle with this conflict, because it's about who it is that stabbed you in the back. But this, the sun coming out, this is prosperity. Your first card, that was nothing but prosperity. So you're going to have it. And some of you, you already started tasting it, right? This, the number 19, means that luck is on your side. 19 is a good omen. Let me just say that. It does suggest that now is a time of great opportunities, as you saw right here. And that luck is on your side. Now, right now, is a great opportunity. This is the time for you, Libra, to take the initiative. Do you want to do something new? That's a big question, because I said somebody has an idea and you don't know if you should bring that idea to life or not, right? To do something new, you are going to have to let go of something old to make space for it. And this can be challenging for some of you. In the tarot deck, the number 19 is linked to the sun card, as you can see. It's linked to the sun card, which is also a good omen. You can have anything you want in this life, but understand that you won't be able to have everything. You do need to choose. There are so many reasons why you might start seeing this number 19. But here are 3 of the most common reasons. Number 1, stop planning, start acting, plain and simple. Maybe you keep having a repetitive dream and then you start making plans, but you have been reluctant to act on those plans. Maybe, just maybe, you are finally taking the plunge and it involves some type of risk. And so you haven't been ready to go all in. But the number 19 reassures you that now is the moment, that the stars are aligning. So now is the time to act. No one said it's going to be easy, but it's time to act. It may not be easy, but you won't fail. Miracles really do happen. Expect sudden growth and positive movement in all areas in your life. These miracles will bring you much joy and also happiness. So you're going to be successful. If you decide to go to the right, if you decide to go to the left, or if you decide to go straight, you can't fuck this up. You can't. It's impossible. We have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is beautiful. Remember, I just told you that you can have anything you want. You just won't get everything. My daughter is monitoring for me, so I'm not able to see all the messages. And I'm grateful that she's sitting there monitoring, right? So she's catching your messages. But I even say this to her. I say, you can have anything you want in this life. You just won't be able to have everything. And she's always like, I don't want to hear that. I dislike when you say that. Why? Because it's the truth. You can sit down, get in your yoga position, and you can meditate. And you may say to the universe, I need $100. And you're closing your eyes and you're trying to envision yourself with that $100. And then guess what? All of a sudden, here's $80 out the blue. Are you going to cry about not having that 100, or are you going to be happy with that 80? Because something is better than nothing. You can write 10 things on your Christmas list, right? And then you get 7 of those things. Are you really going to be disappointed? Or are you happy that you got 7 out of that 10? So, whatever you're manifesting, you will be satisfied. You're going to be happy, but this is going to be a wish that is fulfilled for you. Now, we all know Libras love their luxury, and they want to be seen as successful. And you indulge in the pleasure of that. Abundance, nothing but abundance is headed your way. So blessings to you. Blessings to you, Libra. We have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is conflict. Even though you're receiving all these blessings, you still can't get over this betrayal. Is someone secretly in competition with you? Is that how you really feel? There's a lot of tension between you and someone, but there's going to be an argument, a big blow up between you and this person. The egos are going to clash, but there's something that you must do and not forget, and that's do nothing. Let this person argue by themselves. My mother used to say, it takes 2 to fuss, but only a fool can fuss by themselves. So allow that person that's coming in to distract you, to try to knock you off your throne. Let them struggle, because they're going to struggle about this situation. They're going to have many obstacles set before them. I'm not a Bible thumper at all. However, the Bible says, I will allow your enemies to be your footstool. And that's where this stumbling is going to come from. That's where this struggle is going to come from. That's where those obstacles are going to come from this person. Oh, there's so much you want to say, but you must remain in alignment. You must remain in balance with yourself. And you already know who this person is. I don't need to tell you. Because you're like, who is this person? You know. Who's that funny style person? Who's that person that's always saying something in the background when you say something? Right? And they try to mean it as a joke, but it's not even funny. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. But yeah, it's that person. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Libra. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. I just heard, and excuse me, I just heard, she knows I had to put that back in. That was entirely too many. Spirit guys, how do I close off this reading for the sign of Libra? I just heard she knows. And they came out the same way again. And so with that being said, I have to take it. I have to take them. First and foremost, when I started this reading, I said how Libras are very creative people, and you are. Spirit wants you to claim your art. There are some talents that you have. Maybe you can draw. Maybe you are into poetry and you dabble with writing poetry. But Spirit wants you to get back to you and reclaim your art. Don't let it go. We have correct your mistakes. See, I told you, you're not here to fix anyone. Work on you and allow that person to work on them. I can see if someone was a child, because with children we guide. But when someone is an adult, you have to let them stumble. You have to let them dig themselves out of this hole, but correct your own mistakes. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this. The two R's, they're facing one another. You're about to have a standoff with someone. But when you have this standoff with this person, remain silent. Refine your attention back to you. I feel like lately you haven't been giving yourself enough time. Maybe you need a little alone time. When I was younger, because I'm in my 50s now, but when I was in my 30s, my later 30s, my sister used to work at this college, which she still does. She's a doctor now, right? She's a professor. She has her doctorate. And I wanted to go to this restaurant. And I was alone, and I wanted to go by myself. And I called her on the phone, and I said, I want to try this restaurant, but I'm by myself. She was like, so what? Right? So what? And I'm like, I don't want to go eat by myself. She was like, I do it all the time. And I was like, whew, okay. I know you're on your lunch break, but I really want this food. You see me, right? I'm a plus size. I'm greedy like that. So I went in this restaurant and I said, you're going to stay on the phone with me the whole time while I eat. And she was like, damn it, I have a job. I was like, I don't care. And she did. She stayed on the phone with me. However, this card, you have to refine your attention. Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about how people feel. Worry about how you feel about you. Focus on you. It's imperative that you do so. Someone wants to knock you off your throne. Don't let them. Keep your mouth shut when this situation arises. And people are going to be shocked. They're going to be like, damn, she's not saying anything. That's what they want. People love to argue. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my son. Today, I said to my daughter, did we have an argument? And she was like, yes. But I think I won. I think I won. But guess what? I got real quiet. Because I only needed to say a few things. Just a few. And sometimes you shut people down with just a few words. But I should not have said anything at all. Because the one thing that my daughter said, it was a matter of time before he shows up as himself. This person is showing up, Libra. They're coming to try to destroy. They're coming to try to hurt. Guess what? Refine your attention. Refocus on you. See, People don't understand the reset game. They don't understand the restart game. And they don't understand the refocus game. You know what? Focus on you, on your success, because you are about to be successful, but you're already successful in your own right. That's why so many people flock to you for advice, for loans. The only thing someone hasn't asked you for if the draws off your own ass. But everybody has asked you for a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. You can't be that for anyone anymore. You have to focus on you, what's coming towards you, and that's your success. We have do all things in moderation. Let me tell you, when you're on this winning spree, keep it to yourself. And take your time with it. Because like I said, there's no fail. There's only win here. So take your time, but get it done. Engage higher reason. Engage higher reason. Now, this card is so important. Don't engage in this drama. You are to remain drama-free. Don't engage in this because you're better than that. Engage higher. And you understand that everything happens for a reason. You are only going to allow this to be the last time, because I feel like you've gotten into it with this person before, but this is the last time. You're not doing this again. You're too grown for that. Listen, make necessary sacrifices. This is not making necessary sacrifices to be a helpmate to someone else. This is making necessary sacrifices for you. You've sacrificed so much for others, but the card is saying make necessary sacrifices. Libra, what is it that you like to do? Oh, Libra is about to go here. Oh, Libra is thinking about doing something for themselves. How dare they? How dare Libra want to go buy themselves a new pair of shoes? How dare they go buy themselves a new pair of sneakers? How dare they not loan me that money? That same money that they bought those shoes with is the same money they could have let me borrow. Make necessary sacrifices, because every time you do something for yourself, ooh, it hurts you. You're like, damn, I didn't need to spend that money. I could have used it for something else. Every time you do something for you, you don't even get to taste it. You're happy, but then you feel guilty. That's when you are out of alignment. You're not in balance with yourself. So make the necessary sacrifices to focus on you. This card is coming out so strongly because every time you do something for yourself, you feel like, I'm sacrificing to do anything for me. At the bottom of the deck, get back to you and embrace your power. You are a natural born leader. You are a boss. If you wanted to be, you could be an entrepreneur. If you choose to be, you can still be an entrepreneur. But embrace your power. And your power is balance. As long as you are in alignment with yourself, beautiful things happen for you. As soon as you get out of alignment, things start to be a little unbalanced. You know that. You are the Libra. You must remain focused on you. It's about time. I have to do this one more time. In other news, Libra, in other news, miracles really do happen. Yes, they do. Expect sudden growth and positive movement in all areas of your life. These miracles will bring you much joy and happiness. Stop feeling guilty every time you want to smile. Well, damn, this is going on in such and such a life. You kill your own blessings. Spirit is making it make sense. Make necessary sacrifice. ES. Make necessary sacrifices. Plural. And stop feeling guilty about being happy. Listen, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This is a Libra reading. This is not a personal reading. However, I do personal readings. You can find me on Google where you can book an appointment if you choose to do so. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel. I send to you nothing but love and light. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the hearts. I am truly grateful because without you, my channel wouldn't grow. So thank you. And for the people that started following me on my YouTube channel, it's growing. So I thank you. I am truly grateful. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Good night. Oh, wait. Just wait a minute. Listen, wait a minute. I'll be back tomorrow. And I'm going to do a pick-a-card reading. I'm going to be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. And I'm going to do a pick-a-card, one card, $5. Now, let me just say, I do one-to-one readings. I'm a medium. I'm a psychic. I read tarot. And I read energy. However, I keep being asked to do this pick-a-card thing. We're going to do it, but we're going to have some fun with it. So we're going to interact. When you pick a card, I'll accept, and we'll do one-to-one and talk about the card that we pull for you. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. And I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Hopefully you'll be here. No, my readings are not free. I do charge for my readings. But my readings are not expensive, right? My readings are not expensive compared to some of my counterparts. And I'm not talking about people in general. I'm talking about my circle of other mediums that I deal with, other psychics that I deal with. You know, people get on me all the time. They're like, you need to raise your prices. The reasons why my prices are the way they are, because I've had and I've had not. There were times when I wished I could have got a reading, but my money needed to go somewhere else. Do you get what I'm saying? I cannot read for myself. You shouldn't, but it doesn't mean I don't try. So I do have two people that are my go-tos, right? And they tell me all the time, they even tell me not to do this. They're like, why do you have a TikTok channel? Why do you have a YouTube channel? You are cheapening yourself. That's what my circle tells me, right? And I'm like, for the people that I connect with, I always say, I know when I'm doing a reading and if I'm looking sometimes at a person's picture, and especially if it's their real picture, then I throw that in my readings, right? But I don't let a person know, hey, I'm reading for you, because readings are personal. However, I have dibbled and dabbled. I've done a couple of free readings here. I've done readings here that people only met me right here on TikTok. And they'll come in and be like, hey, can you give me a reading? And I'll say, okay, you know, and we'll do it that way. I've met a few great people. I don't read for everybody. I do reject some people. If I feel like a person doesn't have a good energy, I don't want that around me. There was a gentleman that follows me, right? And he was watching my reading one night. And he was like, no psychic ever wants to read for me. He was like, every time that I book an appointment, they cancel on me. That's what he told me. So when I was done with my reading here, I went back to my messages and I responded to him. So I'm like, you know, when a person is authentic, they can see what you have done. And he dibbled and dabbled into some things that he should not have. But we spoke back and forth, and he was like, damn, you saw all that? Absolutely. And that was it. So I have dibbled and dabbled up here, but I do, it's my job. That's my job. I'm a psychic. That's my job. I am a medium. That's my job. I am a tarot reader. That's my job. But my readings, I keep them minimum. But I have been asked not to do TikTok. I've been asked not to do YouTube. But how would you know me if I wasn't here? How would you know me if I wasn't here? But so I've been blessed, and I haven't had anyone that's complained. I haven't, and I've had some beautiful reviews. I've had beautiful reviews. So I'm good over here. But no, the readings are not for free because we're using my energy. And my energy isn't for free. The only thing that's for free is my love. Is my love. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that's free is my love. My husband always says, everything is for sale. Everything comes with the price. Everything is for sale. But then I've had people that say, with your gifts, you shouldn't charge. Said who? I come from a long line of, and let me explain, I'm a root worker. A lot of people, as soon as they hear that you're a root worker, they are ready to run for the hills because they don't have an understanding. And root work simply means that you work with everything that's from the earth. Everything. We're connected to everything. So I am a root worker. I come from a long line of them. My daughter, which I tell everybody, be gentle with her, she is one as well. She is one as well. And she has not been active recently. She hasn't been active because of her being in school. The other night, there was an emergency. I received a phone call about someone that was missing. However, I knew that there was no way that I could help, only because I just came here. I did a reading. And I needed to unwind. So I called my daughter. I said, can you meet me in the living room? And she was like, sure. I said, listen, I know that you don't want to do this, but I do need your help. And I gave her the details. She said, can you give me a few minutes? She was like, Ma, I really don't want to. I said, I need you. And she helped in a miraculous way. The young lady is safe. We actually spoke to her today. She called today. She said she was embarrassed. She was ashamed. And she was like, I never knew this about you. And I said, because I needed you to know me for me, not because of what I could do. So I'm truly grateful to my daughter because she handled that situation with ease for me. And you know what she said? She said, Mom, back. I said, you never left. You just got busy. So she is also on my website. You can book an appointment with me or you can book an appointment with her. But I'm truly grateful to her. The other night, she described the car. She described where the car was at. She went on Google. She pulled up that town. She directed the police on where to go. And guess what? The young lady called me today. So listen, I'm about to cry, but I'm totally grateful. That's my DNA. But that's my DNA. I'm so grateful. And I keep saying to her, do a reading with me. And she's like, nah. I'm like, come online and do a reading with me. She's like, no, I can't force her. You know, you can't make somebody. And in the past, when I first started my channel, she did a few with me. So if you look at my old videos, you'll see them. But I'm just excited. She was accurate about everything. I always tell people we're like a DNA, 99.9% accurate. That means I leave 1% room for error. 0.1, you know, 0.1, excuse me, my math, right? But no, I'm still excited. I'm still excited. Now she reads for me. She reads for me. She reads for me. And, but I have to beg her. I'm like, yo, can you give me a reading? And she's like, Mommy. And I'm like, come on, please. And she will read for me. She will read for me. But I'm very careful with whom I let her read for, because when people start finding out about you, I'm talking about in our regular circumference, then they want to be your friend just for that. Some of your biggest tarot readers on these platforms, my daughter helped guide them in a sense. They would do cards. Sometimes when you see people cards already spread out, I don't like that. Well, there were these readers, right? And they contacted my daughter. Now, she used to be free, and I had to get on her. I'm like, your energy is not for free. And these people would record my daughter for their reading, and they would turn around and use her word verbatim. And so when I got wind of it, one day I'm sitting on the couch and she's about to go upstairs. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. What are you about to do? And she was like, I'm speaking to someone on the phone about to help them out. I said, no, you're not. Tell them it's done. It's over. And she was like, Ma, I'm helping them. I said, no, you're not. They're making money, not you. You are doing their readings for them. When you're done, they're writing it down. We go back to their channels. Everything my daughter said to them, they were writing it down. So people think like, oh my goodness, they're authentic, they're real. And I'm like, you have to stop. You never let anyone use your energy. That's not good. And my daughter, she's a good person like that. But guess what? She doesn't do that at all anymore. But getting back to her, she was right with every detail. The make of the car, the person, their mental status. She knew everything about them. So yes, I'm pumping her because I'm still excited. The young lady called me today, and I had a few questions. I'm like, hey, because everything was everything. I said, do you work with a blah, 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 blah? And she's like, wait a minute, yes. And I'm like, that's the only person that you can trust around you right now. And, you know, she was truly grateful, but she was embarrassed. I told her there was nothing to be embarrassed for. Sometimes you just have to be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, stop going out by yourselves. That's all I can say. And don't be inebriated when you're out there by yourself, right? Don't be inebriated when you're out there by yourself at all. You know, stay focused. Whatever you have going on in your lives on a mental level, don't go outside and turn up a bottle or do something that can get you into a world of trouble. But the young lady was safe. We made contact today. And so, you know, everything is going to be everything. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you all nothing but love and light. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. for a pick a card reading, $5 per card. A pick a card. Good night.